So that's what the roof looks like.
I have kind of a sensitivity to iron.
Oh?
Reminding you guys.
How that's going to manifest here is that because you've already passed your resistance check, what it's going to do is if you come into direct contact with any iron, you are going to need to make another resist test, and you're going to get an additional black die to the difficulty.
Okay. So right now I just feel like garbage.
Yeah,
Super.
you're functional, but you're, in terms of like mechanically, you're not any different than you were a few minutes ago. You're just queasier.
Those three guys know we're here. Those three guys know we're alive, so we know where they went.
Yeah, you guys were on the boat. You were definitely still within like visual distance of them, so there's no reason why they wouldn't have known that you guys saw where they went.
Okay.
So that means whatever we gotta do fast.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like free all the children at once and just tell them run?
You're not asking me, are you?
No, we're looking at like our
Great.
spells and
I gotcha.
qualities and things.
While you're doing this, somebody comes in from one of the. There's like a cutaway on the side, and they walk. It's another ranger, another
So
kind of
this is
burly,
the fifth
dirty
one
guy.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
He walks in, and he is. You can see that he walks up to the group in the middle, and this time you can see that they have another, like a satchel, kind of like the one that Forthin has, but it's made by, it's like leather, right?
Yeah.
It's made by rangers. And they take out some of these leaves and they hand it to the guy, and it sniffs them and kind of nibbles the end, and he nods his head, and they wave over to one of the guys who runs and grabs a big box from the side, and they load it into one of the cars on the rail, and they push it off. This one's going north.
Okay.
Like in the direction you know north to be, at least. You're underground, obviously, but so he gave the okay. They loaded that box onto the cart, and then they start pushing it back in the tunnel that he came from.
Okay. This rail system, it's only down below us. There's like no rail system from where we are down to them.
Correct. It's mostly just like rough wall. There's a sort of a ramp kind of, obviously there's like a staircase kind of ramp, but there's not a ton of cover along it. You can see that it's not like we go behind this wall and then suddenly we're on the ground.
Right.
Okay. First off, we look at I look at Forthin, and do you have more Zenzik?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this is not like an addict talking. Like this is like, do you have more Zenzik? Because we're gonna need all the help we can get for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
of course. He has
are going to
the
need
satchel.
help on this.
We should all take it.
He hands you each one.
Yeah.
So you guys need to make a resist test.
Is this going to be harder for me because this is now my third hit? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is for Nin and Lilea. The CR is 2. For Rantak, the CR is going to be 3. And you're doing a resist test.
Mine is 1 success and 1, like, it washes.
Okay.
This was a 5. 1 fail.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm a wash.
Lilea, as soon as you bite into it, something doesn't seem right. You take 1 point of mental damage, and you're not feeling the effect of it this time. Nin and Rantak, you guys both get the same rush that you got before, but you also both take a point of mental damage.
All right.
Oh, Ed's broken. He's stalled out.
He ate the leaf. He's staring through a wall.
What are we doing? What if
What does this do?
you bubbled the bad guys?
So just for the record, you have 1 rank in Magic Bubble, which means you can use it once a day unless you spend a fortune point to buy yourself another use of that spell that day.
Okay. I'm going to use a fortune point to use that spell again.
While you're having that conversation, one of the biggest guy down at the bottom, you can hear him shouting something unintelligible, and then you hear a crack. And when you look back, you can see that he's got like a flail, like a cat of nine tails kind of thing. And he's just whipping the crap out of a couple of the wisp children.
This is 4.
You know what?
And the other guys, the other rangers who are standing around, they start laughing.
I'm just
Oh,
going.
they're-
You start launching. I'm going. I'm just charging.
You
I'm
know
not
what?
yelling, but I'm just going.
Down the ramp.
Yeah.
All right, well, forget the magic bubble then. We're just doing
No, I say do the bubble.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Do
I
it.
say do the bubble,
All right.
but
He might accidentally run into it when you get down there.
We can only hope. Okay, let's do the bubble first.
It's
So
aim,
that is, knowledge and the magic bubble rating against a CR of 2 this time,
Okay.
because it'll be back to what it normally is.
One success.
Okay, so you had 2 successes and 1 fail, so 1 cumulative success. That means that the bubble pops up exactly where you intended it to be, which is what?
Right around the bad dudes. Oh, they're all huddled together, yeah?
Yeah, you can't catch all of them because there are 4 of them there, and the radius of the
Right.
8
Is it
feet
the
at
radius?
its
And they're not
widest.
like sitting on top of each other.
Yeah.
Sadly.
right.
Right.
It's a diameter no greater than 8 feet.
Oh, okay.
So you can catch like 2 of them in the bubble.
Okay.
Are you prioritizing anybody in particular?
The one that's whipping the kid.
Okay. Vroom. It pops up around him, and there's
Whichever
another guy
jerk
behind
face was
him.
laughing.
Sure. Well, they were
to
all
him.
laughing, but the
Okay.
one closest to him who was laughing is now laughing inside a bubble.
is that bubble airtight?
Yes.
Great.
How long does it stay up?
1
As long-
minute.
yeah.
Can you make it smaller?
Oh, I'd like to.
Can you manipulate it once it's...
By any chance, could it have accidentally cut one in half?
Wow.
That's going to be a fortune point investment,
Fine with me.
but
have
it's
no
going to be
fortune
at
points.
least 2.
2 fortune points?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't have
Can
that
I
many.
lend her one of mine?
No.
Because when she was aiming, I just went like that. Pushed her a little bit. No, it's a different spot.
Sorry, guys' legs who are now all by themselves in this world. Okay, so the bubble goes up, and now there's alarm.
Nah.
People are aware that something is happening. Even a lot of the wisp children are like stopping and turning around, like, oh, you can hear a lot of chatter.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Head first charge into the first person. Ideally,
Not the child, not the children.
ideally it would be the guy who I'm going to call the leader, the guy that came out, the big burly guy.
Okay.
Ideally, I'd like to head first charge into him, but he's in a position to where it's not possible.
Well, he's in a bubble.
Oh, he's one that's in
He's
the
the
bubble.
one that was whipping
He's
him.
the one
Okay.
that she targeted.
In that case, first one I see.
We also have precedent for. You want to first one you see that's not in the bubble? Is that
Yeah.
the idea? Okay. Before we get to that, I need you to do an athletics check so you don't bust your buns going down that ramp.
Against a
CR of 1.
If
Okay.
you do bust
And
your
do I get a
buns,
+1
do
for
it
my
in a way that's
drugs?
useful.
Correct.
Yes.
1 success.
Okay. Yeah. You are like you're in sort of like a battle frenzy.
Okay.
So you
4,
make it down just fine.
8,
He's counting his dice for his
3.
reckless charge. Do you not have enough dice?
Nope, I do. It's
Just
just all
barely.
the white ones.
Okay.
Missed.
That's against a CR of
-4.
3.
Somebody's going to explode.
Hope it's
Hope-
not me.
I hope it's not me.
You're
Too.
using your axe, right? All you dice, get out of the way. We need like a rolling pit for you,
Yeah.
but one that's like really big.
Only when I use the axe, though.
And the reckless charge. Or headless charge, whatever it is. Headless charge? That's not it. Head first.
Okay. 1, 2.
That's a lot of
3,
dice.
4, 5, 6 cumulative successes.
Epic success! So
I don't want the fortune point. I want something. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, what did
Succeed a CR2 aim strike test after making a successful attack to deal equal damage to up to 2 additional adjacent targets with a whirlwind attack.
great.
Is that a me thing or is that a magic thing?
That's a. What do you mean?
Sorry,
Do you have that?
Oh,
That's a quality. If you
Oh, it's
have
a
it, it's on
quality?
your. It would be in your advanced qualities list.
No.
oh, who has that?
I don't.
You guys don't. Lucian has it. It's a monk thing.
That would have been.
Yeah, it would have been sweet.
That would have been great. Okay.
You could have been an elf monk.
Could have been an elf monk. Could have been a contender. Anyway, it's still
could
still
have been a
6.
chicken tender.
It's still 6 successes.
Okay, yeah.
the
So you want the extra
the extra
effect.
bad.
Okay, great.
Yeah, the extra effect.
So you barrel into one of the rangers who's down there, and you're just like, you've got murder in your eyes, right? And you blast through him again. And these are like big, burly guys, and you just like chop him in half. And when you do that, you barrel straight into the guy next to him, and you like tumble over him, and you guys are both like rolling across on the ground, and you bump into the bubble, and it starts kind of doom, 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 kind of bopping around. I think this is a really good time to make sure we have initiative for everybody. So let's do that.
Pardon me. Can you spare?
I got a 1 again.
Thank you. 5.
Do you add something to your initiative?
Don't think so.
Yes, you do.
Do I? Whoa, 2. I'm sorry, 6. God bless it.
So what's
6
the
total.
answer?
6 total.
6 total.
Okay, we've got a 6. What did you guys have? 4?
I have a 4.
And I have a 6.
Who has the higher initiative bonus between
We
you?
both have a 1.
You both have a 1? We both... Who wants to go first out of the two of you? Or just roll a die, and whoever rolls higher goes first.
I got a 3.
5.
All right.
She goes first.
Sure. They're
Got
going
it.
to roll really great.
Okay, got it. So that means, Lilea, you're actually first. Mm-hmm. You've got a bubble around the leader and one other guy.
Mm-hmm. I would like to try and shrink that bubble
Okay, how far?
as much as I can.
All right.
You want to hear bones cracking?
I do.
We've gotten really like ruthless. I think it's because we're dealing with kids.
It's because
We've
of the
gotten really
children.
ruthless in this one.
More ruthless than when we exploded a guy inside a bubble?
I forgot.
It's the bubble.
I forgot.
That's the problem.
Violent bubbles.
It's me.
It really is.
Always the nice one.
Um,
She's so sweet. Sure she is. Don't let her put up a bubble near you.
Okay.
Die horribly.
So you want to make it smaller. You can do that easily. I just need to do like a resistance check. Okay. It is smaller, not smaller enough to like, it provides some discomfort to the guys inside. Like, it's getting tight, but like, they're not like
But just kind of annoyed.
You're not squeezing the life out of them or anything.
At least they're annoyed.
That's true. Nin.
Who's still up?
So there are two more of the rangers in the main cavern. There's at least one other dude in the tunnel that you know of. There are wisp children everywhere. The two guys are in the bubble that she's fighting, and then
The wisp-
Forthin is up behind you.
Children are chained with iron.
You have to assume, yeah, you're still pretty far
All right,
away.
then I
but-
want to go after the guy in the tunnel.
Okay. Do you want to like run down that tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I
let's-
can get close enough to try to take him out, I'd like to do that. But if I can't, then
Okay.
I just want to try to
Make an athletics test to see if you can get down there quickly.
with a boost.
Yes. The CRs too. Nope, just one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a.
Well, no. Also, I maybe fell down. I got 1, 1, and then
It only exceeded you by 1, so you're okay. It just means that you didn't. You got to the bottom of the ramp, but it was rockier footing than you were expecting.
Okay.
And sort of a lot of things are going on at once. You like Rantak's battle cry happened in the middle of this. Like it's just a very distracting environment.
Right.
Plus, you're not feeling great. But you did get to
Guys, I'm a little
the bottom of the ramp, and you're not far from the entrance to that tunnel where he went.
Okay.
Rantak, we're at you now.
Okay, so the guy I'm rolling around with, I'm just want to pummel. Just.
Face punches. Da, da, da.
I want to keep it. I want to keep like a rhythm up. Just.
Sure. Like you're keeping rowers on
Yeah.
task.
Yeah.
Great.
Kids are working, so I got to keep them on. Too soon.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. Okay, go ahead and roll the strike.
And then +1 for the.
You can
boost.
add 1 for that,
Okay.
and then that's against a CR of 3.
3. Is there any advantage because of like he's prone and I'm on top of him? Just okay. Figured I'd
No,
ask before.
it's all included in what
Okay.
you're already doing. I see
It's
a couple
a
matched
wash.
sets. Okay. You're hitting him, but you're not really doing any damage. You're just kind of like you kind of have the high ground.
Yeah.
But like you're not. You can tell that you're not hitting him hard enough to do any lasting damage. You're just kind of. This is like a bar fight right now. It's just a tussle.
Okay.
But you've got his attention. That's for sure.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Hey.
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 How you doing?
The guy in the bubble, the big guy,
Big bubble guy, we call him.
he's gonna take
He's got a bubble butt.
No.
Now he does.
No. He's going to take. Amanda, would you roll 2 dice for me, please?
Ooh.
What did you roll?
and
Two successes? All right. He pulls
He's sad.
he pulls a dagger out from his belt, and you can see that it's kind of shinier than you would expect to be able to see through the through that bubble. And he jabs the bubble as it's constricting, and it pops, and
It's crystal, isn't it?
and you can see now that it's like a purple crystal dagger, and he just popped the bubble from the inside. Now I should tell you that because the description of it is that it has an armor rating of 2 to resist magical damage, he exceeded that, which is why he was able to pop the bubble. If you had rolled those 2 dice and they had been 2 successes and he did not have 2 successes, then he would still be in there poking at it. For transparency, I want to make sure you guys understand how that worked.
So
Cool.
Jeff cheated. Okay, cool.
Great.
Right. Yes, he cheated.
Man.
So he did that. Forthen is darting out from his hiding spot. Like he heard all the ruckus and he can't stop anymore. So he
Good. Get him.
he blasts around the corner, and he doesn't go down the ramp. He kind of like flips over the edge and slides down the rocks on the side.
But he looks dope.
I could've
Yeah,
done
it's
that
super
too.
cool.
No, you could not.
Yeah,
have.
okay.
You should have. It would have been great.
No, don't do that.
But that it's
Maybe
clear
after
that
this
like
is done.
it's clear that he's in like unfamiliar terrain. If anybody who glances over to see him sees that like it's taking a lot out of him to do this action. So he's only going to be so effective
Gotcha.
each turn. Otherwise he's Superman, and that's stupid. The slaver who is fighting you, cat's out of the bag, everybody. These are slavers. That's twice.
I mean,
it was pretty obvious.
It's kind of not. It's
I
not
mean,
really a
this one we
big
figured
shot.
out.
I mean,
They have children chained up working
one
in a
you figured out on your
mine.
own?
Yeah, this one we.
All right, this one is Rantak. The one you're rolling around with is going to try and.
to be
hit
fair,
you.
before you roll, now just to know, because you were honest with the band, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
Because my
please
head
do.
first charge, you're supposed to add. It's -2 black die to my next resist attack. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that means you want 2 extra die or you want 2 die taken away from me.
They come from your pool.
Okay. So
This is a resist. This is not
it's
going to
just
be an
straight
athletics
resist.
thing.
Okay.
I've got 2
I
successes.
have 1 success.
All right, so you take 1 point of physical damage, and he's he kind of turns around and gives you a jab in the side, and it's like that one kind of stung.
Yeah. No, it didn't. AR1.
Roll one more die. So it may have still.
Okay, it did still.
Okay, it did still. But yeah, make sure you include that when we're
I
doing.
keep on forgetting about that.
Particularly for resist, because that's exactly what the armor's for.
I'm
so
assuming
that
that mine doesn't help me resist the iron.
Your armor?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Okay.
I mean, if somebody has a fork or something made of iron and they lay it on your leather armor, it's not touching you.
Okay.
So I guess yes.
But just forks.
Just forks.
Spoons and knives? No.
Spoons will get you.
Well, they will. Scoop you right up.
Nin,
Yeah.
one of the ones who's up on the other side, who wasn't in the bubble in the first place.
Yeah.
No, he was in the bubble.
Okay.
He pulls out something from his belt and he starts whipping it around over his head.
Oh.
And he throws something at you.
Oh, no, thank you.
So
Should I roll something?
you should. You definitely should.
What is it?
It should be athletics in this
Okay.
case. Should be athletics. I'm sorry. I was speaking at the table and not in the microphone.
And do I get something for drugs?
You can add one to this, yes.
No CR, just my...
Correct. You're rolling my CR.
Oh, nope. No success.
No? Okay. Here's what happens. You can see now that as it's flying toward you, you can see that it's like a bola. It's spinning.
Wait. I have armor on. Does that do anything?
No, because it was athletics test.
Okay.
So it's like an agility thing.
Gotcha.
So it's spinning through the air, and it just like spot on as you're running toward that tunnel entrance.
Yeah.
And this thing just wraps itself around your ankles like perfectly. This guy clearly practices a lot. So you are going to take, how many successes did you have?
0.
You're going to take 4 physical damage.
Oh.
And you're lying on the ground now with this thing wrapped around you. It's not like permanently debilitating. Like you'll have to spend a turn basically to disentangle yourself.
Wow.
But you're on the ground.
I'm almost unconscious, too.
Yeah.
So
That was a big one.
I hit my head, you guys.
Bang! Probably on like a chunk of iron. No, let's not.
Let's not do that.
Don't add
Thank
things.
you.
Don't
no need for
add.
Stop helping.
So, Lilea, we're over to you. Your bubble has been dispelled, and the guy is mad, and the kids are all cheering, and stuff's happening.
And I'm
Nin just like took a bad spill in the
I
corner.
just ate dirt.
Yeah.
And I went,
when I have a chance, I'm gonna help you, girl.
When I have a
Got you.
chance.
Right now, I'm a little busy.
You're priority 3.
I'm gonna fire arrow old dude, the big guy.
Old man Withers.
Fantasy amusement park. All right.
The worst kind of amusement.
What is this? How many fire arrows have you shot today?
1.
She prepped one, but she never.
Right.
She never
Yeah, you
shot
didn't
it.
actually cast it. Okay. So how many
She shot one into.
how many do you have? It's the number on your skill, the number of pips next to it on.
3.
Okay, so you can still do it 2 more times before you have to
Perfect.
spend fortune points to do it.
Okay. Great. Am I using magic? Am I using aim?
You're using aim and the number of pips next to that spell,
Okay.
and that is against a CR of 4.
Ooh,
That jerk.
he's being a jerk.
He's being a jerk.
He's just
I'm
being
gonna
a tough
I'm
guy.
gonna write him a strongly worded letter
That's a great idea.
Of fire.
of fire.
Letter of fire. That's a lot of 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. You know, that's actually good because
That bursts.
fire arrow has burst dice.
Except
No, they still count. Okay, so you have, I see 3 pairs of dice that cancel. Those were all hits, right? Regardless of what they were. So now
Effectively roll those 2.
those still count, those 6s on the white dice still count as successes, but now you get to roll them again, basically.
Okay.
So you can either roll the same ones or whatever, but so far you have a running total of 3 successes against 3 black die successes. So that's one more. That is a cumulative success. Burst dice helped you so much just now.
Yes,
So much.
So much.
So let's look at the description for this. The caster deals 1 hit per success to a target within 120 feet. Use burst dice for this test. It's not a very descriptive description that I wrote, but it tells you what it does.
Yeah.
It's fire, and it's an arrow. So an arrow of fire shoots out of your hand, and it like splashes right into the guy's chest, right? And you can kind of hear like a searing sound because he's not wearing a shirt or anything. He's just like, I'm grimy and I'm cool.
Now you on fire.
The fire like splashes against him, and you can see like scorch marks. And he sort of like grits his teeth. Ooh. he's not.
Ooh. Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Gamer Chick RPG show.
Hooray, we made it.
We did it. Jeff is back, sort of.
This is the best I've sounded in a week.
It's true.
It actually was exactly a week ago that I lost my voice.
Yeah,
And that's why I wasn't involved with last week's episode.
that's true.
But I feel like I sound a lot better right now.
You do.
I know that we had identified last time that we were doing sort of a Temple of Doom thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I had that intention originally when we were playing or when I was outlining the adventure. I knew that there needed to be an iron mine, but I didn't really have anything beyond that yet. And when I realized that Forthen needed like a motivator to get him to there.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, his kid's probably taken, right? That would motivate me. But then I realized, well, that's probably why these guys are harvesting Zenzik for these guys.
Yeah.
And then it all steamrolled its way into being Temple of Doom. And this episode this week is the part of Temple of Doom where everybody kind of falls onto each other and bumps into each other. And,
Yeah.
you know, that classic scene.
Yeah. I got to be Indiana Jones if he was super ineffectual with all of his choices.
Well, I knew that this was going to be a challenging scene for your character specifically because it's an iron mine.
I know, I'm surrounded by iron. I'm
Yeah.
going to blame everything on that.
Well,
I rolled poorly. It's because of the iron.
yeah.
It's not my fault.
Yeah. You were set up for failure from the get-go.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Well, and really in this adventure, you've been doing fine right up until the part where you got bola'd around the ankles and it like you smashed your face into the floor.
I wouldn't say I've been doing fine.
You weren't doing this badly.
That's true. That's true.
You were not that bad.
Thanks. It's my favorite compliment.
Yeah, you were not that bad.
That bad.
Yeah. I'll make sure to get a greeting card with that on it for you.
Oh, thanks.
What's the word? Gift card? Gift card is like money.
Yeah, you could give me a gift card with it on
No,
it.
that's not the thing.
No,
That's the
but you
other thing.
could
I could.
give me a gift card.
Right.
It would take the sting out of it a little bit if there was like $20 attached to it.
Right. Speaking of gift cards, this is our last episode before the Christmas holiday for those who observe.
Yeah.
So
And we're ending it with the delightful gift of laughter of all of us just laughing hysterically at the table.
yeah, I can't help but smile when I listen to the end of this episode.
Yeah. It's very fun.
I don't believe that what had happened was actually that funny, but I feel like one of us must have made a face or something. It really, like, it became a thing.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I wish I remembered what happened.
Joy happened.
Joy happens. That's true.
That's what we're about. We're about joy. So anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. all that stuff.
Yeah, come back after the holidays. Well, come back after Christmas and listen to our next episode next week.
Yeah, we'll have another one out that Thursday. This is number 6, so
Just
we
two
only
more.
have a couple left. So
We're going to carry you into the new year.
yeah, just barely. But then we're dumping you right over the threshold.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really sure what 2019 is going to hold for everybody, so I don't want to get too far into it.
Yeah, we don't like to commit. We're
No.
hedging our bets.
Yeah. Just in case.
Just in case we need to punch out.
Right.
We're traveling light.
Yeah. Good.
You sandbagging audience members, you. No, we like you guys.
We love you.
Thanks for continuing to be engaged with the show. Thank you for sharing it when you do. If you have anything you want to tell us, make sure you attach the hashtag GCRPG.
Yeah.
And you can find us in all the usual spots.
The Facebooks and the Twitters
That's it, really.
and the YouTubes
That's it, really.
and Podbean.
All right. But that's it, really.
And we're outside
Right now.
right now.
It's cold out here.
Let us in. It's chilly.
We'd like to say thanks again to John Albright and Buddy Getch for the fabulous theme music.
Yeah.
Always delivers, always a party.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Mans.
Thanks, yeah, mans. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Happy Christmas.